Hello, welcome to Dating a Widow. I'm going to be there in a second, but while you're waiting, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. This conversation comes out only on YouTube Fridays at noon, and you don't want to miss the next episode. You're going to get ready with me at the same time while we have this conversation. Our discussion today is about money, marriage, and dating. Being a widow, you are in a different position in life than you were when you first started dating years ago, or maybe just last year, depending on when your partner or significant other passed. But for sure, you are a different person from that experience. So dating is going to be a different experience for you too. And when you're dating, money is involved in the process, whether it is the concept of who's going to pay for the meal or what it's going to look like if you decide to get married to that person. And I want to talk about some of those things. So first of all, it is perfectly okay for women to pay for dates when you're going out with someone, whether you go Dutch or you pay for both of your meal. It doesn't have to just be one person is responsible for having to pay for the food. So I want to put that out on the table. And you can talk about that ahead of time. So you go, oh, they're supposed to pay. Who says that? We are not at this point of our life looking for someone to take care of us. We are probably coming into this situation as an established adult. What we're really looking to do is to consider the possibility of blending our family, our finances with someone, which is why I wanted to talk about this. So one of the things that people talk about a lot is what happens if I get married at certain ages. And the big thing that people talk about a lot is Social Security income. And I want you to think of these two things. If you are receiving disability Social Security income and you get married after the age of 50, you should be able to keep your late husband's Social Security. If you are 60 and older and receiving regular Social Security, then you get to keep your late spouse's income. So two, disability age 50, non-disability age 60. The other thing that you want to talk about is what is your credit score? What is their credit score? How does their credit score impact your life once you get married to someone? What items would you be able to purchase or not purchase? Do they owe back taxes? Do you owe back taxes? Because when you blend your life with this person, the things that they have could bleed over to your life also. What in your late spouse's or partner's retirement income has age requirements, similar to the Social Security? So you want to read into that information. If your late spouse or partner left you as the beneficiary of their retirement income, and there are age restrictions about when you could lose it if you got married or did not, you want to read into that. You don't want to take for granted that the same requirements for Social Security are the same requirement for private retirement income. Get out the documentation and look into it. The other thing you want to consider is a tax attorney when you are looking to blend your family and a lawyer. You want to identify what type of trust or will needs to be established upon one of your demise that your pre-existing family will not have to argue and fight about what's left. We know that's messy. We're in this situation because a spouse or a partner has died. So lean into the process and identify what you entered this marriage or this relationship with and who you want those items to be given to. The other thing that you want to consider is in this blended family that you may now create since your spouse has died, is to have the conversation with everyone as far as what your decisions are, as far as a living will, as far as different things that may happen in life. And children may think that they have the right to make a decision, but you and your new partner have identified something else. Don't leave people blind. Don't create problems that don't need to happen. Have the conversation up front. The other thing that you want to think about is, how comfortable are you with this person's spending patterns? What do they spend money on? Do you have a concept that you want to have a role and talk about what spending habits are? Do you want to blend your checking account together? Do you want to blend all your money? Are you going to be financially accountable to this person that you are looking to marry, live with, and blend your life with? These are conversations that really determine where you feel like you fit and how well you mesh with someone. Because if you don't want to blend your money together because your lives have just gotten really complicated already, let's say you have multiple rental properties and the idea of closing accounts and open accounts may be too complicated, but you may want to open a single checking or savings account so you can have something with your money together. If the idea of talking about money with someone that you're looking to partner with, as far as living in and moving in or getting married, is complicated after this, you may want to consider, is this a relationship you want to move in and marry somebody? Have the real conversation. Talk about money. Money is part of relationships. If you've been going on a date a few times, start talking about who's going to pay for the meals. When you start looking at marriage and a long-term commitment, start talking about your tax returns, money, and how it's going to impact the relationship. You have been through some hardships already. You already know those things that are there. Have the discussions. Have the real talk. See you next Friday.